We get this question a lot. What is orange wine? Orange wine is a category named for its color, just like white, rosé, and red. And because of its trendiness, the hype around it, it seems really cool and like it's this new experimental style. But actually, it's an ode to ancient white wine making, incorporating skin contact. When a winemaker chooses to make white wine, they press grapes. Juice is expelled and the skins immediately are taken out of the equation. There's no opportunity for those skins to influence the wine. So we say there's no skin contact. If a winemaker wants that influence and is set out to make an orange wine, this winemaker will harvest white grapes and they will crush the grapes. By crushing the grapes, you are allowing the skins, seeds, and juice to spend time together. This time spent together is called maceration. And the longer the period of maceration, the more color, flavor, and texture that gets into our wines, which is how we end up with a beautiful wine like this. Maceration times can last anywhere from 3 hours to several months. And the winemaker will make decisions about this length of time based on terroir, where the grape is grown, and maybe the thickness of the grape variety and other characteristics of the grape itself. And orange wine is made all over the world. So you will end up with different styles of orange wines that are more pale in their color, like a faded gold color, to those that are really dark and amber in their color. Georgians have been making orange wine or wine made with skin contact for thousands of years. And if you think about it, it's kind of like just the basics of winemaking. By crushing the grapes, you are allowing the naturally occurring yeast, this is called ambient yeast, indigenous yeast, native yeast, to come in contact with the naturally occurring sugar in the juice. Boom, fermentation. And during that period of skin contact, tannin or those phenolic compounds also come into the wine, adding texture. But tannin also acts as a preservative in our wine, protecting the wine against oxidation. It also adds stability to the wine and allows those wines to be super age worthy. So these wines were able to last for a pretty long time. Because of the complex flavors and textures of orange wine, they are the perfect candidate for food pairing. I love orange wines made by producers Arianna Occhipinti, Gabriele Bini, and Cos from Sicily with seafood pasta. I love grabbing tins of polpo, which is kind of octopus as conserva, making a simple white wine sauce and tossing this polpo into pasta. It is fantastic. And for the wines of Georgia, Slovenia, and Friuli, Italy, which give us so much power and structure and more of a savory characteristic that sometimes can be described as briny or nutty, like the wines of Gravna, Dario Princic, Radicon. These wines are phenomenal with more unctuous foods. So I usually gravitate toward cured ham, like one from Friuli called Prosciutto di San Daniele. And some of my favorite dinners enjoying Gravner have been with bone marrow and tortellina and brodo, which is a stuffed pasta in broth. And you can even pull apart this prosciutto and put it right on your pasta. These wines are also really fantastic with oysters and really oily fish. So I'm also usually grabbing a tin of smoked sardines, like the collection from Jose Gourmet, putting on a piece of bread, squeeze of lemon, and a little bit of fresh herbs, and you've got the perfect dinner. Because there are so many different varieties of orange wines, there's so many different experiences that you can have. So stop by Dedalus and we will find the perfect orange wine for you. We'll help you with figuring out the service temperature, if you should put the wine in a decanter or an extra vessel, and what foods are best on the table. Cheers.